Okay.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Welcome back to another episode of Dydine and I talk on our YouTube channel, the Umuco YouTube channel.
Yes.
Where we have our podcast.
Just a reminder, Umuco means culture.
Culture.
Yes. That was a great introduction anyway. Whoa. Okay.
We're back today to talk about yet another book that we finished this time.
Yes.
And it's called,
yes, you can see there's a lot of notes. I took a lot of notes in this book.
But it's called The Fifth Agreement. We were actually looking for the 4 agreements, but the Fifth Agreement is great as well.
Yeah.
Talking about 5 agreements to sort of orchestrate your life around.
I know, this is one of my favorite books that really transformed my life. And I hope you guys can also find it and read it. You will really, really enjoy it.
I know I did.
I loved it. And really, there were so many things in this book. I was like, this is true. Why did I never thought about it this way? But hey. So if you like our videos, please go ahead and subscribe below.
Hit the like button, share it, comment down below.
And follow us on our social media.
Yeah, we'll love you forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
See, say that. I'm the witness. Yes.
Figure out our fine details. All right, so today we're going to go through all 5 of these agreements, list them out, and then we're going to talk about each and every single one of them and kind of break down what they mean to us, and I think how we can all attribute these things to our lives.
We're not going to give away too much because you're going to definitely love reading it yourself. All right. Which one is the first?
Number 1.
Yes.
We got be impeccable with your word.
That's a good one. And the second one?
Don't take anything personally.
That's the second one. And the third one, don't make assumptions.
Assumptions.
Yes. And the fourth, always do your best. This one is, we can all try this one, I think. And the fifth one is very interesting. It's called be skeptical but learn to listen. Let's start with the first one. Be impeccable with your word.
So be impeccable with your word means to speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others, and use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love.
This one is the hard one.
Is it a hard one for you?
I think so. I mean, be impeccable with your word. Like, it's something that we can try to practice, but I feel like, human nature, it's always like, what happened down there?
It's easy. It's easy to kind of to get, what is it called when you get lost in you hear stuff through the grapevine? I was introduced to that phrase, I was like 18 when I first heard that phrasing. I didn't know what it meant. Talk about through the grapevine. I still don't know exactly what it means specifically, but the gossipy part. Like, we can all lose ourselves in gossip and then talking about other people or other things that really don't pertain to you.
Absolutely.
But also just be true with your word.
Be true with your word, but also understanding the power of words. Especially the one thing they say here that I feel like a lot of us are guilty of this is speaking against yourself. And this is something we can really all benefit from, remembering when you say, because sometimes I have that thing when I will be, I think I can do that. I think I'm dumb, or there are these quick words that comes to my mind when I fail something.
Negative self-talk.
Yes. Yeah. So that's something, this talks really in depth with that, and we can definitely benefit from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in the direction of truth and love.
Yes.
On this channel, the Umuco channel, Umuco Love, we're all about love. It's hard to practice all the time. We're all human, obviously. But I think if we continue to move, through life with love, with sharing love, expressing love in our minds, and truth, be as truthful as you can.
Yeah.
But true to yourself, like you had said before. Those are, I think, it's pretty easy when you break it down.
Yes.
That way, simple. Maybe
It
not
does.
easy.
It does, and especially about love, we give so much love to other people, and especially let's say in a friendship type of relationship, you give your really beautiful compliments to your best friend, you give them all the love and stuff, but then when it comes to you, then we are hard on ourselves, and that's something really we can think about a little bit twice.
Yes.
Why am I being hard on myself when I can say these words to my best friend?
You gotta be your own best friend.
You gotta be your own best friend. Okay, number 2.
Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality and their own dream. When you are immune to their opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. This one is tough for me. You said the last one was tough for you. This one's tough for me.
This one I learned it a hard way.
Yeah.
Because I used to I'm an introvert. I'm a Virgo. We over process things. Yeah. And it used to be so hard for me taking, especially when I was a teenager. But then later on, as I grew older, in my early 20s, that's when I started, I don't know how it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute, maybe when somebody does something out of normal, something bad, I'm always, looking what happened to them. Why are they doing this? Because something happened to them that may be...
why are they this way?
Why are they this way? Yeah. And sometimes it's something that happened in the background that makes them react that way. So it kind of helps you not take things personal and guard your emotions.
Yeah. I mean, it's in several instances in life... because we were both introverts. Yeah. And we both are people who overanalyze and maybe take things personally when they don't need to be. But this was an important one for me just because...
I'm still struggling with it too.
I think we all struggle with it. I struggle with it as well. But it's just like you realize that what people do, like they say, it's not personal. Like very rarely, even if it's directed at you, it's not personal because it usually is a reflection of how they feel on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe something that they learned along the way that may not be true. But especially like when strangers or like the trolls on the internet.
Not even just strangers. Let's say with like parents. Yeah. Like a lot of parents were very abusive to their children, and most of the time you look back, is their own trauma. They were just reacting on things that are not, and when you look back, a lot of kids who had like really traumatic childhoods, those parents had gone through things that were just reacting and giving you hell, but they didn't mean to. It was just because that's some they went through something.
And that's part of it. It's part of it. But the bottom line is, it's not personal. No. And you don't need to take, what people say personally. Not all the time, anyway. Not all the time. Constructive criticism, sure. You listen to it. You don't let it affect you emotionally. As best as you can. But,
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes, let's say, even if you take it personally, because I'm still struggling with it, I would say it doesn't take me as long as it used to take me when I'm recovering from something. Yeah. It takes me quicker time to remember, okay, this is not about me. This is not. Yeah. So it really helps my healing faster, quicker. Yeah. Yeah. Understood. So it's a good practice.
Good practice.
Yes. Third one. Don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions.
Yep.
Find the courage to ask questions to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can and to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your entire life.
Yeah. Well, don't make assumptions. Yep. Assumptions really hurt.
Yeah, and the thing he says about communication is key.
This can be a whole video.
In any relationship. It can totally be a whole video. I'm sure we'll do one at some point in the future. Yeah. But it's very true. Is learn to communicate what you really want. Don't make assumptions, because then that can lead to the first one is gossiping. If you don't have clarity on an idea
on things, you just come up with your own story.
Come up with your own stories, and then that a lot of times leads to some hurt. Yeah. And then anger and pain and all this, which ultimately leads to the dark side.
It's not pretty.
It's not. It's not.
Yes. Yeah. It's making assumptions. It's always easy.
What's the saying? They say assumptions make an ass out of you and me.
Assumption. That's really very true, and it's easy. That's like I don't know if it's like a second human nature to make assumptions, but
it's easy. It's easy just to
to come up with a story, conclusions,
Yeah.
and that's really dangerous. I would say dangerous to you, dangerous to your surroundings, to your family members. You can come up with whatever story, but make sure you confirm it with whoever. Confirm it. Yeah. Communicate your feelings. Communicate what you think. Your assumptions, also communicate them in the most peaceful way, I would say. But this is a very...
It is. And then avoiding drama.
It would definitely help along the way. It can change completely your life.
We ain't want no drama. Agreement number 4 is called...
Always do your best. This one is my favorite.
Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment.
Yeah.
It will be different when you're healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best.
Simply do your best.
Self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret.
I really agree with this one. And I feel like this is the most self-help agreement that you can have with yourself.
Yeah.
Always do your best. And I feel like when you do your best and whatever you're doing, it really, really, really helps you avoid regret, depression.
My goodness, yeah.
Regret, depression, because a lot of the regret comes from shame. And most of the time it's the things you know they didn't do at your best.
Yeah.
But when you try to do your best at your best moment, it really, or understanding other people at your best, it really helps avoid a lot of
regret. But and also what they say is I forget what did they say. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. That was a big one for me that I just sort of conceptualized. I kind of got it in my head because it's not the first time I've been told that. But when I read it here, I was like, oh yeah, our best some days are going to be up here, and then our best some days are going to be down low.
But having it in the back of your mind, so today my best is getting up,
and then you don't judge yourself.
Make breakfast.
Like if you know your limits for that particular day, or like the most you can do, you don't judge yourself because at least you did your best. And like you said, there's not any room for.
There's not too much pressure.
No, not too much pressure, and there's no regret in that.
I feel like it grounds you and it makes you content with who you are, and it really helps you not comparing your success to other people. You're like who you are. It really always do your best. It really helps not drive you crazy, because no matter what other people say, you know who you are, and you know you're doing your best, and you're proud of yourself, right? I think so.
Number 5. Be skeptical, but learn to listen.
Yep.
Don't believe yourself or anybody else. Use the power of doubt to question everything you hear. Is it really the truth? Well, I don't know. Learn to listen to the intent behind the words, and you will understand the real message.
Ooh. Yeah.
I think this really hammers in on the whole...
Yes.
Listening is a skill.
Oh, yeah.
Learning to listen, that goes to communication. When someone's communicating with you, learn to listen to what they're saying instead of being so quick to retaliate or to have some sort of prepared response. But also what they say is not everything you hear is true.
And one thing he started with here that I really, really like, don't believe yourself or anybody else.
Yeah.
And I feel like... It's important to have beliefs and everything, but it's always important to be also skeptical about your beliefs, about other beliefs, and so that you can learn. I feel like we are in this life to learn, and there's no I don't think there's like a limit of knowledge. Like,
no, there's not. And like, what you knew 10 years ago about a particular subject is going to change. You're going to become more knowledgeable about that subject.
Yes.
So it changes. But if you continue to maintain the student of life attitude,
it's
always going to evolve. And then there's a level of humility that goes along with it.
It does, because especially when it comes to the listening with the intent of actually listening, not the intent of being understood in the moment. Right. It really helps you learn something new. Mm-hmm. It really helps you understand yourself. Yeah. And especially in the world now, we can, everyone can use this one, the fifth one. So. Because especially in the world that is so divided now, and everyone have their own agenda, their own beliefs, and they just want to be understood. It's like bumping heads. I feel like this last lesson, it's like all of us can benefit from it.
I agree. And also, it's something that I, again, kind of came upon in the last several years for myself. Is the shift from, like, as you grow out of adolescence into your mid-20s and into the late 20s, there's like this feeling to be understood when you're young, right? Everybody wants to be understood. Like, why don't they understand me? Mm-hmm. Why do I feel so misunderstood? But shifting from that mindset to wanting to understand, you don't have the yearning to be understood, but then you switch to like, maybe I should understand. I want to know certain things. I want to understand how this world works, how people work, how life works, how love works, all of that.
I know.
And then it just perpetuates the student of life thing. I love that. I love considering myself a student of life.
I know this book, one thing I feel like we should end it with is this thing. I highlighted it because I love everything in this book, but there's one thing that was kind of really spoke to everyone in the world. It said that it was asking this question: do the cells know that together all of the cells are only one being, which means you? And then it says, do we humans know that together all of the humans are only one living being, which means humanity? And really this spoke I know.
I see.
Yeah, we're all one being, a humanity, and really coming from life with that, understanding life from that lens. It avoids all the hatred and all divisionism, or not listening to each other, not understanding.
When you come from the background of understanding that we are all in this together to create what is humanity. I think, and that's it's a whole other video that we're planning on doing at some point in the future, but it's like the individualism versus the community-driven lifestyle. But,
so that was like a little secret from this book I wanted to share with you, but it's really an important book to have, to keep in your bookshelves, at home, anywhere you are. You can, read through it and remind yourself something new.
Check out these books. They've been out for I don't know how long. But they're written by Don Miguel Ruiz and Don Jose Ruiz.
His son.
Right.
Yes. If you like our content, please subscribe below. And
comment,
give us,
hit that noti bell if you are subscribed.
Give us a lot of hearts, love. Share this wonderful message to your friends. Don't forget, that's how we spread the word.
Yes.
We're on social media. We have the podcast that we're gonna put links below where you can follow more when we interview wonderful people. But this is our space.
This is our space right
This
here.
is have a wonderful week, a wonderful time, a wonderful life.
Read the books, and we'll catch you later.
Yes. Learn.
Okay,
Bye.